This is Dan Max, ADXB Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your live market chat Wednesday, October, what is this, the 11th, 2023. Hopefully you're doing well. If you have any questions, again, this is where I'm opening this always up. These live chats are to be here for you guys. Whatever you're needing, let's talk about it. If I'll tell you kind of what I'm thinking is coming up, because obviously we have the CPI data tomorrow. We had the PPI today. I mean, it came in line, but this is the thing about data, as we're noticing, it's obviously always rear looking. It just seems to come in just perfect all the time. And then you see data in China and other parts of the world, and it's coming in terribly. Again, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's almost like you kind of lose confidence in the data meaning what it really means at a certain point. Let's just call it what it is. Because I'd love to say that the CPI should come in lower, but should it really? Oil and gas prices got back up into the, gasoline up in the $4 or $5 range the last month. I mean, you got global instability keeping prices up. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Now, again, certain things in the market, like maybe some housing indicators and maybe some like food commodity costs have come down, but gasoline is a huge part of it. And we know how oil is a huge component into everything in our society. As much as people hate it, it literally almost touches every part of it. So again, if you're new to the channel, oh gosh, get out of there. Have any questions, jump in. If not, you want to join the Discord room, a link is in the description below. I will drop a link in the chat. Feel free to come on in. Again, if you've been back and forth and all over the place and just struggling with this stuff, again, it's a group to help each other. No one is perfect. I promise you that. I promise you that this is like, if you're coming into trading and you're thinking you're always going to be right, that's the problem. Like, you got to acknowledge, and there's things that we have to acknowledge. Like we talked about market being, and here, since we're going to talk about that stuff, let's just jump into it. This is by, we talked about down here, 200-day oversold. Remember, this action kind of completes a similar leg. We were due to bounce. Thought we'd hit the 200-day. I honestly thought we'd break below it. And again, here's me. I'll go listen to the recording. I thought so because last time we hit the 50, we broke it. Last time we ranked the 100, we broke it. And here's the box. I thought we'd get down here into 314 to 410, whatever, and then bounce. Well, I mean, you got some Fed speak. You got, end of last week, OPEC did nothing. I guess it got people kind of excited. And then I guess since the market didn't crash in October, people got excited that they should throw some money back in. And here's the thing I keep telling people, and I've said this, straight line moves don't have support, right? There's no backfilling. There's no consolidation. There's no opportunities where it would go up, pull back, and then people would show their support. It's been basically a straight line move. And we've talked about in previous down moves, this happens a lot. People just, it's just like as soon as you see 2 days up, it's an uptrend. Every day is up, mother. It's like, no, come on, y'all. That is not how this works. Every day is not down or up, right? We talk about you'll get these springs up and then it comes lower, right? This looks very, very similar. You have lower highs, lower lows, 20-day curling down, moving averages curling together, close enough to the 200-day for government work. We broke below the channel, and we talked about traps below, and then you bounce back up. Okay, here's the next resistance in this box. I was like, could you hit the 100-day? I mean, it's always possible. Could it? Maybe. Always possible. But at this point, is it? Don't bring a ruler. You have no clue. And rising into the CPI data, we have no clue. No clue the reaction. However, we do see oil kind of pulling back some today, but then look, it's rallying right back. This stuff going on over in the Middle East, I'm sad to say that I don't know if it's going to be quickly over. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot. And then you got Fed speak all week, right? And then, I don't know. Did y'all see the consumer credit last week? Again, things that you just blow your mind. We went from pile on $14 billion of credit where the consumer pulled off 15. People are slowing down. Things are slowing down quickly. But here's the thing. You get a few days up in the market, it gets everybody to forget the trend is down. We talked about the first dip gets bought, then the trend's down, and now we're going to get these super spikes and then fail, and super spikes and fail. Well, we're in the one, in my opinion, right now. And again, if it's wrong, define your risk. You have to have stops. Do not sit here and go, well, I can always just keep shorting forever. No, don't do that. Define your risk. Please be safe. Any questions, thoughts, concerns, Discord friends, if you're around, let me make sure you guys have the link. Get involved. Whoa, it's like I'm watching my live chat while I'm recording it. No, I'm just kidding. So hit me up if you got any questions. I appreciate everybody. Again, I know this is, oh, that's not what I want. This is not easy. Trust me. I get it. And there's going to be times where it's not easy. But I think people need to like just hold on to some realizations that in trading, it's not always going to be what you want it to be. It's not always going to be lollipops and sunshine and easy trading. So, all right, let's get into some charts then, since no one has a direct comment at the moment, which again, offense taken. No, I'm just kidding. No worries. It happens. QQQs. Well, my computer started last night, and so the trend didn't save. I remember drawing this yesterday. Could we get up there? It's always possible. It's always possible. However, bring this box over. I mean, you're in it. I mean, you probably could draw it down to here. You're in a resistance pack. You can kind of see it right here. 3 days up pretty strong. Samsung's numbers came out from South Korea. Holy crap, it's bad. But again, the market doesn't care. Remember, sometimes it can be weird looking. This is why I always tell you, like, do not be surprised. The market ignores data, rewards data. Sometimes just doesn't make sense. And that's one of them. Good old fruit. 2-day range and now multi-day range and 50-day. Here you go. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of the last 12 days. Okay. Good luck with that. Again, if you like shorting up here, I do too. Right? Talked about again, I'll run through some of the tech stuff. Talked about the 100-day on Amazon. Looks good to me. Adobe starts talking now about integrating AI into their software. Filling the gap. It's like, welcome to 2023. Now you're going to start popping that off into your messaging. Guggenheim making new highs. Absolutely frustrating, but here you go. That's close enough to the channel high. Why is it up? I don't know. I mean, I know for a fact that ad spending is coming down. But just is what it is. The same thing as like Meta. Like, these names are holding up, retesting the highs. Sometimes that happens. But now you have very clear, concise, obvious spots. If you want to take them, and if you stopped out, you stopped out. I mean, it's just kind of the nature of the beast. Right? It's trading. It's not certainty. The game is not called certainty. It's called trading. Microsoft, we talked about that 100-day if it ever came. Maybe up here. I don't know. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin's kind of flopping all over the place. Yeah. Netflix, we talked about this one popping and then dropping back again, hitting the 20-day. Better hold. Tesla, gets back up into that 268, hits like the trend line. Look at that 2-day range in it. SMH, it was up earlier. It's kind of starting to fade. Fills this little baby gap. Intel, again, we're just kind of cruising through all these names. Back into this blue box over the 20-day, but resistance. NVIDIA, here you go, riding the backside of that channel, right? Is this a little novice gap? I mean, dude, there were some articles out there today that were pumping NVIDIA targets 1,000. And it's only up $5 a day. That seems kind of odd. With such vigor and gusto of a upgrade, shouldn't it be up $20? I don't know. We'll see what happens. AM Dizzle fading. Maybe that 100-day if you get there lucky. Micron pop back over to 70 again, just chopping around lower highs. Taiwan Semi. I mean, I'm amazed that anyone would be thinking about buying this. What's going on in the world? But look where it hits. Top of the range in the 200-day. Oof. FedEx, we continue again. This is one of the shorts that's just has been working, but not surprised it bounced yesterday. Here you go. It's got the double top. Caterpillar finally starting to get a little sloppy. Not surprised at the 20-day. I mean, again, this is like a reaction. It feels like it's coming down the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming down the mountain when she comes. IWM, speaking of, IWM is lagging. We talked about IWM. Look at 20-day lagging. Keep an eye on it. Gold, we talked about the people potentially buying gold, chopping around. Okay, cool. I mean, as I've said, could it go higher? Yes. Do you want to trade it? Go right ahead. We talked about it compressing down here. Go watch the videos. Probably due to bounce. Well, okay, bouncing in geopolitical belief or geopolitical tensions, not belief. But we've seen this before, geopolitical tensions, and then gold comes back down. Again, we're waiting for QE Unlimited, Infinity, or whatever, what do they call it? That bond buying program 2.0, right? Like, that's what you're kind of waiting for. Yeah, Yodi. Yeah, we talked about PXD getting bought out by ExxonMobil like a week ago when it started. And so it's kind of just been always holding up. I mean, they're paying $60 billion for it. You can see the basically value of the market's giving it is this price. So whatever the debt is on this company minus the value of the stock equals $60 billion. I don't think it's going anywhere, especially with oil. I don't know, you'll see. It's all really dependent right now on Exxon. Again, really wish we would have stayed short this. Look at that one. And then right back. And so here you go. Again, they've always, and here's the thing about oil and Exxon is Exxon has been really bad about buying companies at the highs in cycles. Now, again, I'm not talking like oil's not going higher forever, but just buying them like before a major drop in oil. They have a track record. It's like dating. They've got a bad track record in dating. They get involved with companies at the wrong times. CCJ, I'm just kind of rolling through some of these things. Looks like it's top. I mean, people talk about uranium. I'm like, it doesn't really look that good. CF, let it go. Chopping around. XLF, you got financials coming up. You have BlackRock City and JP Morgan on Friday. We talked about last week, like at some point they're probably going to rally some. Well, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. I mean, maybe you get to the 20-day. JP Morgan, again, be careful shorting these in front of earnings. You never know what they're going to say. I mean, Morgan Stanley, I'd love to see these things higher, but they kind of look like crap. Carey, nothing. Nothing burger. Wahlburger, nothing. I mean, it's, again, a couple days up. Folks getting worried about they missed entry. Of course, gold folks are many. Again, they'll never listen to me that the best time to buy gold will be when unlimited QE comes out again and they start doing these bond buying programs to get rates down. We're not there yet. It's been talked about. It was actually op-ed. I think they're calling it TARP 2.0. The Fed hasn't pivoted, or TARP 2.0. Like, that's when you need that program. And again, so here's the thing. Do we know that bonds have bottomed? Speaking of, I know some of y'all bought some of these. Again, just be cognizant. They might not rip to the moon, but they were oversold. We talked about it. And one of the things that I've kind of tried to press upon people is, everyone thought this was the bottom too, and then it chopped around. I honestly don't know how we do not retest. Like, say whatever we would do rise to, there is some backup. Because, again, there's a lot of people who own bonds that are stuck, right? So don't be surprised if they sell on any given pop. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, don't get excited about the action just yet. Just yet. But be patient. Be thoughtful. Be caring. Be loving. Love, peace, happiness. Pray for the folks in the Middle East. XBI, this is another one we talked about. Like, here you go. If the market's really strong, this name should be mega rallying. It's just like nothing. Right? We talked about the transports need to start waking up. Okay, 200-day. 2-day ranging, that's all it's got. Housing. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Housing getting a little baby bounce today. Baby. But same thing, couple day. And again, this is the thing. If you could just pretend this was a 10-minute chart, you might be like, all right, well, it's just a little counter move. But since it's the day and the news is pumping and everybody's getting excited, it's like, bull market started. It's like, man, I get trolled by some folks that used to love me, love the whole program, and they're just they're so they get so mad when it's yes, you can play the oversold bounce. We do that. We try to do that. Trust me. Sometimes you don't catch it. But then they're once it starts moving in their favor, they're now it's not an oversold bounce. It's seasonality. It's bullish, motherfucker. And it's whoa, you really think so? You really think so? Okay. I'm just watching FedEx. Come on, break it. Like, give me UPS. I want FedEx to get shipped to UPS land. Oh, AMC's up. I guess they signed Taylor Swift to do concerts at their theaters. Is that what's going on? Or they're going to start streaming them at their theaters? That's an interesting concept. I wish them luck. I mean, who wants to? I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Maybe there are people who are like dying to go to a movie theater to watch a streaming Taylor Swift concert. Maybe I'm the idiot. I'm clearly the idiot. I don't see any value in that. Oh man, UFPI again. I like to watch. This is a lumber name holding up. And again, they sell a lot of trusts in like manufacturing, building stuff, commercial and residential. Man, that looks really stuck. But this is a small company. Look at the float. I mean, it's only traded 47,000 shares today. Like, it's super duper low. Airbnb, of course, bounce is not going to last. I mean, why the hell would anyone want to travel with what's going on in the world? Did hold the 200-day, pretty technical, maybe the 100-day. Again, if it sees that 20, 50-day cross, I know there's some folks that are sitting there with like a shotgun, like, pow. Brian, your wife would want to go to that? Okay, cool. I'm kind of in a separation where I'm, I wouldn't know. I don't have an opportunity to talk to my wife about that. No desire to have that conversation. Like, hey, we haven't talked in like 2 weeks, but what do you think about Taylor Swift at a movie theater? Go. Wife, her sister, and her cousin. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, well, I guess. All right, Apple about to go red. Cool. Can Google go red? What is why? I'm trying to like see what's going on in the Google world. I'm like, who's buying Google? Alphabet stocks are soaring, leaving Alpha in the dust. Again, I'm like, what, how, why? Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe again, this is what's so hard about trading. And you'll always find this. And that's why I'm like, don't go all in on one stock. That's why we have a few different shorts going. But there might be one that just pisses you off. And it's like, really? The first dip got bought to new highs? So now we have to form shampoo time, maybe? Or it's just a straight up bull trap and then we'll see. I hate caramba, but I mean, I've seen this thing get absolutely just steps down. 151 down to 125. I mean, I'll take even a 152 down to 140. I mean, I'll take 10, 15 points on this down pretty quickly. I mean, love to see the. We'll see, though. We'll see. A market's in a different position. The market feels to me very precarious because it's almost like, as we talked about, like the Livermore example where the San Francisco earthquakes, where at first the markets didn't react and they're like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. And it's like the Gaza Strip is going to be a parking lot by the end of the week. And I'm pretty sure, I hate to say this, there's going to be a lot of rioting and people for solidarity. And it's like, man, it's going to trigger a lot of people who have emotions about this, one-sided or not. And I can see this getting globally pretty funky. Now, again, people are saying World War III. I don't think it's going to get that bad. But I do see that there's going to be a lot of emotion. And then at some point, somebody in their right mind is going to say, it might be someone like Egypt. Guys, we need to come to the table and talk. You can't just keep blowing each other up endlessly. Like if your goal is just to kill each other, can we just agree that you're both dead and start over then at this point? Like, there's just no point in just going forward with this. It's absolutely insanity because there's no resolution. If everyone's going to fight till the death, I never understood that. All right, let's go something different. Let's go check out the CME, see where we're at. Oop, holding, no pivot. Bitcoin, yeah, rejected. Talked about 28,000. Come on, update. Like you said, my computer restarted. Speaking of updates, it did an update, and this is what it gave me. Oil, come on. Why? Here you go. Talked about a holding 80s, did bounce. Again, I'm kind of torn on oil. I don't know about you guys, but I'm little unsure. It really doesn't make sense for it to drop too much other than global demand destruction, but man, what's going on in the world? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some insecurity. But maybe that's the thing about oil is that, you know, maybe the U.S. hasn't been stockpiling it, but other countries have, and maybe they're the ones. Like I've heard China's sitting on a bunch of oil. I mean, maybe some of these countries are like, we got to dump some of this stuff, right? What is this? Oh yeah, Elon's getting accused of being X-Lite mode users. Yeah, it's getting accused of supporting stuff on both sides of this. I was like, I'm pretty sure they're just letting people post, but whatever. New to the channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, y'all know that. The ticket prices for the Vikings football game went up 5x, some people said because of the Swiftie fans. Wow, I didn't realize she had a following. Call me old, clueless, tapped out, burned out. I don't know. Like, again, I don't listen to new music. Go Red Apple, go Fruit. I don't listen. Sorry, I don't listen to the radio. Maybe that's it. I'm not connected to pop culture. I'm underground. No, I just like my old school stuff. I'm trying to just watch in the background. CRM low of the day, Apple going back to red, Meta low of the day, Netflix low of the day, new core low of the day. Again, on my screen, I can see which is hitting low of the day by the ticks. Arrow, ERO, low of the day. IW, SM, low of the day. ES Futures, low of the day. Yeah, not the low of the day. So keep an eye on it. No Swift here. I mean, I think, you know how it gets like just cool to like something because other people think it's cool? I've never really been that kind of person. So if she's got talent, cool. I just don't know. She kind of looks like she was a dork. They just put a lot of they jazz her up to make her look like a superstar. I just wish she should just own her dorkiness. Just be it. Just be it. Be you. Be your authentic self. All right, I'm going to wrap it up if there's really nothing left to say here. I'm slightly tired from the fact that, you know, you guys know me. I don't have many drinks. I've been hanging out the last 2 nights with friends. And, yeah, it's starting to catch up. Sorry, no live chat or a daily market recap, but I feel like we did a pretty good job of talking what to expect. And also said the CPI is the key. It's tomorrow. And let's be honest, if you're rising into data, it's more than likely going to be, that's the trap. Remember, the first direction in a trap is the side that's going to be trapped. So if you're rising into it, and again, who knows? I mean, we could sit here and speculate, well, I think CPI is going to be 3.1. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the actual number is. It's the reaction to it. And again, we've noticed a similar recurring pattern of manufacturing reactions to data that we feel suspect about, like jobs numbers. Like it's always revised down. And then like last month, or I guess they're typically like essentially last week, the numbers come out and what did they show? Oh, it's a big beat. But then you look at it, it was all part-time jobs. And people go, oh, we need more bartenders in the world. I'm like, I don't know if it's bartenders. I feel like it's just people who are just struggling because the cost of living is not going, is going up and earnings aren't. Not earnings, but like wages. And so people are just like taking on extra jobs. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Like if I was struggling, throw me. I mean, if I had to, I'd Uber. I mean, I guess you count that as a job. I don't know. I'd go work at my gym. I'd sit there and hang out, let people check in, and then I'd work out for free and then go shoot hoops. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like what people might be doing to add on extra jobs, but there's got to be something going on. But it's not like they're part-time jobs in manufacturing. There's like not part-time jobs in like real, like high demand workforce stuff. So we'll see. It's a sad state of affairs. I keep calling it. We're in a silent recession where it's like they don't really talk about it, but everyone feels it. But nobody wants to acknowledge it because everyone in Congress will get blamed for it, which I thought that's what they're supposed to do is no, we're definitely up some because of seasonality. There is a seasonal thing to October. If the sell-off is in August and September, you do get rallies in October, but I'm more concerned about at some point. Oh, UPS, high, Amazon. Yeah, no. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Good point. Definitely hiring for seasonal retail. But the irony is, like, do you think people are gonna be shopping? Did you see the consumer credit data? Like, it's bad. Like, consumer has stopped all spending. They've actually were negative credit last month by $15 billion. Let me see if I can find it for you guys real quick. I'll show it to you because some people are like, what are you referencing, Daniel? What is this consumer credit you talk of? Give me 2 seconds. I gotta find the archive. Last week was last Thursday. Here we go. Consumer credit for August. This is not even September. They're expecting 11 billion here. Hold on, let me. Prior, consensus, actual. Prior was 11 billion. Consensus was 12. Came in negative 15.6. The consumer is a slowing. And guess what? In August, that's back to school spending, guys, friends, gals, homies. Right? Like, you don't usually see negative consumer credit in August. Like, people are like, whoa, kids are going back to school. We got to buy them paper pencils and new jeans and a new Trapper Keeper and a book bag and an iPad and a Trapper Keeper. Negative spending. Things are amazing. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up because there's no real questions here. Pray for Apple went back to green a little bit. I mean, again, we'll see what happens here. I mean, I'm praying for rain on this, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they hold the market up in front of it and trap the out of people. And then actually, I also wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if they gap it up tomorrow. And then it fails, kind of like the PPI today, right? Just kind of like the action yesterday. Like, pop it up. Because think about it. Somebody looks like they're distributing up here. And we'll just... Let me end it. Let me see if you can see it on the 60-minute. You're getting that bounce. I mean, actually, sorry, 10-minute. Man, I am just in a fog today. You saw it yesterday at the close, right? Are we going to see it today at the close? No, and agree. And BAMF, I totally agree, my friend. Just agree. Like, it's almost like 2007. Like, you could see, like, the train was coming, choo-choo, for all the destruction and pain and what's going on in real estate. And then everyone's like, oh, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys have an amazing day. Try to do a recap later. Appreciate all the love, support, all the donations, even though, again, there's probably not a lot to donate about, which, again, I don't ever take any of that personal. I just want people to win, man, and stay safe. Stay safe. We've got, again, CPI tomorrow. We got Walgreens earnings in the mornings. All right, guys. You guys have an excellent day. I'll talk to you later. Peace.